Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I want to compare these two Ford trucks here. So on this side we have a 2021 Ford F-150 STX four-wheel drive in iconic silver. And on this side we have a 2021 Ford Ranger four-wheel drive in velocity blue. So these trucks are about $10,000 in difference in price, anywhere between $8,000 to $10,000. So I want you guys to decide whether you should get a full-size F-150 or if the Ranger is good enough for you and you can save like I said, $8,000 to $10,000. So let's start off in the front. So obviously, since these are two different vehicles, the front looks completely different. So F-150 is a full-size truck, Ranger mid-size. So the Ranger obviously is a little bit smaller, but I think they both are good-looking trucks. Let's start off with the Ranger here. So you can see we have this cool magnetic gray painted grille right there and this magnetic gray painted bumper. We have these nice halogen headlights with a blacked out bezel and fog lights. We also have this cool bright center portion and these tow hooks on the front. Looking at the F-150, you can see this one is the STX, so it has this more open style grille in the front. It also has halogen headlights, but they're white, or I should say they have like a chrome surround, and it also has halogen fog lights. And this one does have tow hooks in the front as well. All right guys, looking down the side here, you can see the STX. This one does have the upgraded 20-inch wheels, so this is a $1,000 upgrade. And then on the Ranger, you can see this one does have a pretty cool tread pattern on it, and these I believe are 18s. Let's see the exact size here. These tires are 255/65 R17s. Over here on the STX, let's get out of the way of the sun here, we have 275/60 R20s. And again, like I said, that is an upgraded wheel option. Looking down the side, Ranger XLT, F-150 STX. Both mirrors are black plastic. They aren't body colored. You have to get higher end trims to get body colored. Looking at the door handles, no smart key access on the Ranger, and also no smart key access on the STX F-150. No sort of keypad, anything like that. This one does have a 5-liter V8, so it's made in US, trans is US, and then obviously the truck is US. Over here on the Ranger has a 2.3, they all have the 2.3 4-cylinder. It's also US, the trans is US, and the car is made in the US. Continuing down the side here, both of these are crew cab, but obviously the F-150 has way more room, but I'll show you guys that in a minute. You can see it says Sport 4-wheel drive. F-150 says STX 4-wheel drive. And then you can look at the size comparison. The F-150 definitely is a lot longer and bigger than the Ranger, because this is a full-size half-ton and this is a mid-size truck. But looking at the taillights here, you can see the F-150 has standard bulbs for all the taillights. This Ranger does have LEDs for all the taillights. On this specific one, you have LED turn signal, your brake light, and then reverse light right here. On the F-150, like I said, all standard bulbs, but if you were to get the Ford Co-Pilot 360 package, you can get LED reverse lights because it'll have a blind spot monitor right here. But this one just has the standard taillights. But let's go ahead and pop open these beds here. No dampener, anything like that. And I don't believe this one would have one either. Nope. All right guys, let's start off with the Ranger. So both of these trucks do not have bed liners. Again, a la carte option. But looking at the Ranger here, you can see we have a few little tie downs up there in the front, and then a little tie down over here. There is no sort of LED bed lighting, anything like that. The payload on this Ranger is 1,517 pounds. And then coming over here to the F-150, you can see we have a lot more tie downs. We have one right there. We have one on the tailgate. There's also some up there in the front. And then it does have LED box lighting optional, but this STX does not have it. And then I just looked at the door. The payload on this one is about 2,000 pounds. You have about 500 more pounds of payload on the F-150 STX 4-wheel drive than you do on the Ranger. But I have seen Platinum and Limited F-150s have similar payload to the Ranger. But this one does have 2,000 pounds of payload. As far as towing is concerned, I know the Ranger can tow 7,500 pounds because this one has a trailer tow package. F-150s, it varies so much on axle ratio and engine and everything like that. I'll put a range on the screen, but this one does have the 5-liter Coyote V8. Normally STXs come with the 2.7, and then obviously the Ranger has the 2.3 standard on all of them. All right guys, before we pop the hood, let's go ahead and check out the window sticker. So you guys can pause it if you want. There's all the options for you. This one comes out to $47,145. MPG on this one is 16 city, 22 highway, 18 combined. Go ahead and check out the Ranger's window sticker. Like I said, it has the 301A package, the electronic locking differential, and the trailer tow package. This one comes out to $38,025. MPG on the Ranger is 20 city, 24 highway, and 22 combined. On this Ranger, it does have the blind spot monitoring, but like I said, that is optional on the F-150. And then when you get that package, you also get the LED reverse lights. All right guys, just pop the hood of these two trucks here. Let's go ahead and start off with the Ranger. So both of these trucks have hydraulic hood struts, so you do not have a prop rod. The Ranger has a hood liner, but the F-150 does not, which is kind of interesting. But looking at the Ranger here, you can see we have the 2.3 liter inline 4-cylinder, 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. And this Ranger feels really quick, so don't think that the Ranger is a slow truck, because the Ranger is actually pretty impressive. And then let's go over here to the F-150. Like I said, normally the STX would come with the 2.7, but this one does have the upgraded 5-liter V8 engine. The 2.7 has 325 horsepower and 400 torque. This one with the 5-liter V8 has 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque. So obviously there's a lot more power with the 5-liter V8, but since this one is a turbo, it will feel quick around town. And then these trucks, performance-wise, should be very similar. But obviously on the F-150, you can see you have a much bigger engine bay here. You have a lot of space to work. And then the Ranger also has a pretty decent amount of space to work as well, but it is a little bit of a tighter engine bay. All right guys, now let's go ahead and hop inside of these two trucks and check out the interior, because I think the interior is the main thing that makes the F-150 so much more desirable. Looking at the door panel on the Ranger here, you can see it's hard touch right here, but it is soft touch right here. You have automatic up and down for the driver's window, but the rest are just regular. You see you have a little tiny door pocket right there. The seats look completely different. Obviously it's a whole different vehicle. Just standard seats, no power, anything like that. You do have automatic lighting over there with your fog lights, standard tilt telescoping steering wheel. It is leather though, because this one is an XLT 301A. But let's go and hop inside real quick and take a look. I apologize for all that background noise. There are planes leaving out of the airport literally every 2 minutes. Go ahead and start up the Ranger here. We have an 8-inch sync screen. It's running sync 3.4. The Ranger does not have the new sync 4 yet, like in the F-150. Then the gauges on the Ranger look like this. Again, I'm not going to go too in depth with it. I have reviews of Rangers, but I just want to show you guys in comparison to an F-150. So you have a little bit of storage up here. Looking down here, you have dual zone automatic climate control, 2 USBs. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. There's your electronic locking rear diff, trailer tow mode, traction control, auto start stop off. There's your 4-wheel drive switch right there. Gear shifter with select shift, 10-speed automatic on both trucks. There's your little cup holders. It does have a standard parking brake. You have a little bit of storage in there. There's no sort of light, anything like that. Glove box, no light or anything in there, but you have a decent amount of storage. And this is kind of nice, having a little nice bright trim. And I do like having this leather steering wheel. You have an automatic dimming rear view mirror, LED lighting for the whole inside. Looking up here, you do have vanity mirrors, but they do not have illumination on them. And then let's go ahead and check out the F-150 real quick. All right guys, I'm filming this part on a different day. I don't know what happened to my original footage of the interior, but let's compare this F-150 to the Ranger. So you have soft touch right here. It is hard touch up here, but on the F-150 you get automatic up down for the driver and passenger window, whereas on the Ranger it's just automatic down for the driver. The Ranger did have some more adjustments. It could go up and down. This one is in one spot, and then you can adjust the lumbar right here and your backrest right here. And then just so you know, if you're kind of taller, you will be sitting kind of way up in the ceiling, because they kind of chose like a middle position for the seat since it doesn't go up and down. So if you get a power seat, you can actually move it down farther, which is kind of interesting. But manual tilt telescoping steering wheel on this one, automatic lighting. You do have fog lights and an electronic parking brake. The Ranger has a manual parking brake. But let's go and hop inside and start it up. Both of them do have the standard key right here. Let's go ahead and do it with my left hand. Okay, there we go. Starts right up. Does come standard with the Sync 4. The Ranger, you can only get Sync 3.4. You cannot get Sync 4 yet. The Ranger had dual zone automatic climate control. This F-150 just has single zone manual climate control. There's your 4-wheel drive switch. They both have the 4-wheel drive. This one does have drive modes though, which you can go through there. I'll just kind of quickly go through them so you guys can see them. Yep, those are all your drive modes. Does have a column shifter. The Ranger had the shifter down here. There's obviously a lot more storage space in an F-150 than there is in a Ranger. You can see there's way more room up here. 2 USBs. Open this up. There is a light in there, and you have a whole bunch of room in here as well. 2 additional USBs right there. The glove boxes are similar size. You can see there. This one's a little bit wider, but they both have about the same amount of depth. But F-150s do get extra storage up here. And then the dash. You can see just the general layout just looks more modern on the F-150 because this is a 2021 design, whereas the Rangers are a 2011 overseas type design. There's the gauge cluster. You can go through a whole bunch of settings in here, a lot of stuff. Here's your fuel economy and all that. So this just looks a little bit more modern than the Ranger, but this is the basic F-150 screen, whereas the Ranger was the upgraded Ranger screen. And then you have a plastic steering wheel on this one. The Ranger did have a leather wrapped wheel. This one does have lane keeping system and some other safety tech. And then if you look over here, you have a 12 volt and 2 USBs. And then looking up top, you do have a nice black headliner with lots of headroom, LED lighting, just like on the Ranger. Then if you open this up, no mirror. The Ranger did have a mirror right here. And then look in this one, you do have a mirror, but no illumination. And then you can see the seat design is completely different than the Ranger. It does look a little bit nicer in my opinion, the F-150s. And then the seat is a little bit bigger as well. Then you can see me at 6'5", I have a whole bunch of room up here. And then as I'll show you guys the back, there's a whole bunch of room in the back as well. So F-150 is obviously way better interior wise. All right guys, looking at the back seat of the Ranger, it does have power door locks back here, which is really cool that they include that on Rangers. You can see the rear seat legroom is a lot different than the F-150. You also have a tan colored headliner. I like the black a lot better. But you do have a fold down center armrest here, which is nice. We have 2 little storage areas underneath the seat. We also have a pocket right here, but there is not a pocket on the driver's side. You have 2 USBs back here and a home power outlet, but there's no air vents or anything like that. And like I said, obviously it's a lot tighter back here than the F-150. All right guys, looking at the back seat of the F-150, obviously this door is way bigger than the Ranger's door. We have a cup holder back here, a lot more storage space. And then look at this rear seat legroom. Huge difference from the Ranger. So you can lounge back here. There's a whole bunch of room. You also have 2 air vents back here, which is really nice. And you have a 12 volt. You also have 2 USBs. This one does not have a home power outlet like on the Ranger, but you do have some connectivity nonetheless. But let me go ahead and hop inside here just so I can show you guys how much legroom there really is. So I'm 6'5", and I'm sitting behind this seat that's way back. And look, I still have a whole bunch of room to move around. I just wish that they had a center armrest like they do on the Ranger, because even base model Rangers have a center armrest in the back seat. But let's go ahead and hop outside and wrap this video up. All right guys, so I hope you enjoyed my comparison video between the F-150 and the Ranger. I will definitely pick the F-150 over the Ranger just because I like this truck better and it's a lot more modern and updated. But maybe once they come out with the next gen Ranger, I'll have a change of heart. But I would still get the F-150 even though this one does have a little bit more features, just because I like the F-150 better. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. 38,000, 47,000. Let me know, do you think it's worth it? But again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.